that 4,000k race, that'd be the longest I've ever done. Sometimes you gotta admit defeat. Good morning. Welcome to another ultra cycling related video. If you watched any previous ones, thanks for coming back. If this is your first visit, I'm Andy. I'm an ultra cyclist on the south coast of the UK. The videos I make are about ultra training and adventures. I upload roughly once a week. So if you have endurance goals of your own heading into 2024, subscribe, follow along. I'm sure you'll get something out of it. If not, maybe you'll teach me something. As you can see, it's a beautiful morning on the south of England, if not pretty brisk. Left the house and it was around 1 degree Celsius, so freezing basically. It's now about 3 degrees, so can't complain. On the cards for today, pretty standard winter endurance ride, training ride, about 100 miles roughly. Might do a bit more, see how I feel later on. My feet are already numb, so let's see how I get on. Heading out from my home in Portsmouth in Hampshire on the south of the UK, across to the neighbouring county of Wiltshire to a place called Stonehenge. I'll also give a little update on how 2024 is shaping up. I've heard back from some of the races I've applied to, and I've got a bit of an idea of what I'll be doing now once I hear back from all of them. So stick around. I actually created this route years ago, and I probably ride it at least a couple times a year. Really nice, flowy, rural, once you get past Southampton. It is pretty grippy once you get into Wiltshire, past Salisbury, quite hilly, but it's beautiful. Also found, quite a long time ago, there's a sneaky little back entrance to Stonehenge, which I'll show you. You can pay a fair bit, a few quid, to go and walk around the stones. But if it's part of your endurance ride, you just want to have a quick look, then there is a way to view the stones almost as close for free. It's a public right of way. It's been pretty wet here recently, very heavy rain, the heaviest I've seen for a really long time. So it looks like I should have brought a wetsuit. riding at the moment through an area called the Test Valley. Which has the River Test running through it. And so far, it looks like the river's burst its banks. It's looking more like a lake. We've had some of the heaviest downpours I've ever seen in the UK over Christmas. So you probably noticed I didn't upload anything last week. Riding through that isn't the slightest bit festive, if you ask me. So, no festive 500 for me this year. Did you ride it? Interested? If you're in the UK, managed to get that in outdoors, then kudos to you. Had enough rain for 1 year. Got pretty close actually. I planned a 200-mile one day and 100 the next day, and then literally the night before I got a message from my mate. Don't want to go for a spin in the morning, get some breakfast. It's a much better offer, to be honest. So let me know in the comments if any of you managed to get out and finish it, how you went about it, indoors, outdoors. Does indoors count? I don't know myself. I was tempted indoors, but it feels like you do 20% more, 10-20% more for the same effort indoors. Anyway, it's sunny now. Oh. Yeah, it's sunny now, but it's bloody wet. Got a bit of a rough headwind all the way out, which I'm sure you can hear, and it's taking that 3 degrees down to well below freezing. But I think I'm not far from Salisbury, so not too far from Stonehenge. Let's get cracking, get to Stonehenge, find some coffee, and get on with that tailwind. Bring on the tailwind. That's typical. The one day they're not on strike. Hello, Andy from the future here. Quick message. If you're out for a long ride and relying on the train to get home at the end, maybe don't badmouth train drivers halfway through, or karma might bite you. When you get to the station frozen, there are no trains. They're all cancelled or delayed. Your 100-mile ride becomes 130 miles. Oh well. Anyway, back to the video. Sometimes you gotta admit defeat. There's gotta be a way around that. Yeah, I don't think so. back on my route now. Quite a diversion, where it's completely flooded down there. The wind chill up here is pretty brutal. Almost at Stonehenge, so we turn around. Hopefully the tailwind will warm me up a little bit. It's starting to feel like a Kevin Costner movie. Like I said in the video once before, I grew up in Gosport, but contrary to popular belief, we don't have gills and webbed toes, so fingers crossed that's the last of the rivers. Not a bad view, definitely worth the trip. And this path, public access, other side of the fence, paid. Probably worth going in if you can, but if you're passing through, that ain't a bad view. Quite gravelly through there, but it's not too bad. I'm on a road bike, definitely doable. I've done it in the summer on my fast bike, smaller tyres, definitely worth a detour. It's turned out to be much more challenging than I planned for. I feel like I've been pushing against an icy headwind the whole way around. Tailwind I was hoping for hasn't materialised. Let's see what happens, but pushing through on days like today helped me in the summer. Speaking of which, I'm getting to the point now where I've got a pretty good idea what 2024 looks like. I got into the mindset years ago of setting goals, and that really helps me try to stay focused through the year. That's how I operate, and I've been waiting for confirmation of races for 2024. So far I've had a couple of responses and a couple of offers, which is really good. 2 races approximately 4,000 kilometers long. Just waiting for one more, another one I really want to do, which is 4,000 kilometers long, and I should hear back on that in the next week or two. So this year for me, I've got an A race and a B race. Usually have an A event, B event this year, both races. The A event, middle of the summer, 4,000 kilometers. The B race, in May time, much shorter, about 1,500-ish kilometers. I'm waiting to hear back on that one as well, but I've got a couple of really good options. I'm going to do some time trialing this year too. There's a award locally for the best all-rounder, and to win it you need to do the fastest 50 miles, 100 miles, and 12 hours. That's going to be really good training going into my races. So why the hell not? I've just got to find some events for those and plan them in the lead up to my races. On top of that, I'm going to get some bike packing trips in, a few trips across England, some longer rides, long weekends probably in the UK, see what I can fit in elsewhere. It's looking like it'll be a pretty good year, to be honest. That 4,000k race, that'll be the longest I've ever done. So that's my goal for 2024. That's pretty much how I structure a year, about as much as I could fit in, to be honest, with a full-time job. So yeah, pretty bloody excited. I'll let you know once I get confirmation for the events and exactly what I'm doing. There's no point naming the events just yet, jinxing myself. I've got some pretty high hopes. So cross your fingers for me. Let me know what you got planned. There's quite a few people that comment on these videos now with similar goals, so yeah, I'd be quite keen to see what you got planned. Back to the here and now. I've had enough, to be honest. Not that far away from Winchester, so that was the original plan. 100 miles, finish at Winchester and get the train. Whether I make it in time for the train, let's see. I might just get that home. But the train is looking pretty tempting right now. Hope I make it. Well, I'll call it here. Almost back to Winchester and about to run out of daylight, so job done. It's a good training ride. Could have been a bit warmer for my liking, a bit less windy, but got to be done. So have a good week. I'll see you here next week. If you get this far, I doubt that many do, comment and say hello. And to the ones that already comment on every video, hi. Thanks a lot. It really means a lot to get the feedback from you guys. Anyway, hopefully I'm almost at the train station. Have a good week. See you on the next ride. Hello again. Well, this is the real ending. I'm almost home now, so 100 miles became 130. Really didn't need that. Absolutely frozen by the time I got to Winchester, but what can you do? Uncurl up in a ball. Life gives you lemons. Go make gin and tonics. That's what I'm gonna do anyway. Have a good week. I'll see you on the next one.